I'm buying $30,000 worth of this one stock, and this is going to be on the ticker SOUX. That's right, my friends, ticker SOUX. Now, today's video is going to have three main segments: the why, the what, the where. The why, we're going to be doing a cast breakdown. The what, we're doing some stock analysis, the where, and I'm going to tell you guys where to get in and where to get out. So without further ado, hit the thumbs up button, and now let's get to work. Now, if you guys have realized, my lighting is a little bit off today. I'm just filming with some, regular schmegular freaking office lights because my what's it called? My ring light, okay, my ring light broke, all right? The studio lights are broken, and it's been a whole shtick, man. I mean, moving to London from Toronto has been a headache, to say the least, okay? I don't recommend, all right, for my Torontonians, all right? I don't recommend this shit. Coming here has made me realize how much I love Toronto, all right? And I'm excited to go back. December, I get to go back. I'm going to be there for a while, and then I'm going to be moving to New York, so it's going to be exciting stuff. All right, now, that's not why you're here. You're here to talk about the stock, SOUX. So what does SOUX? SOUX is a leverage ETF of SOUN SOUND AI. Now, what the hell is a leverage ETF? How does that leverage ETF work? So the way a leverage ETF works, guys, is that it just goes ahead and it follows the same ticker, right? It follows the same ticker, but it moves the same direction on a 2x basis. So, for example, today, SOUND AI is down 0.62%. SOUX was down 1.7%, right? Simple and easy, nothing to really, go based off of too much, right? Now, there is a slight decay. There's a slight decay every single day when it comes to the ticker, which is something that people are always worried about. Oh my God, Sam, about the decay, But I'm telling you, man, over long time enough horizon, if you actually manage to position size correctly, and if you manage to risk, correctly manage your risk when it comes to the ticker, you're going to be fine, right? You're going to be fine. I mean, these tickers always recover. They always recover with the company if the underlying asset is actually properly managed, right? Now, with that said, some people also always ask me, Sam, can this ticker go to zero, considering, if we get SoundHound dropping by 50%, does that mean that SOUX goes down 100% and it goes to zero? Well, yes and no. If SoundHound drops 50% in one single day, yes, SOUX will actually go to $0 and it can recover. However, if it doesn't go down 50% in a single day, which is very unlikely, what you will just see is SOUX will have a reverse split, okay? It will go so low, it goes to like $1, $2, something like that, and then we'll have a reverse split. Again, they will increase the price so then it can go ahead and, go lower and lower and lower without the stock actually getting, going to zero, okay? I hope that makes sense for you guys. Now, why SoundHound AI? Let's talk about SoundHound AI. And also, Sam, why are you doing a 2x leverage? I love 2x leverage stock. I like leverage stocks, guys, leverage ETFs, rather, because they give me more risk, okay? They give me more risk, they give me more volatility without having to worry about the underlying asset being junk like a lot of penny stocks, right? Like a lot of these penny stocks which we trade, guys, they are garbage. They are doo-doo. They are here today, gone tomorrow. And mind you, I trade a lot of them as well, right? I trade them on a daily basis, but they're only simply day trades, right? So this is going to be more of a swing trade type of thing. And right now, we're getting somewhat of a relief rally. I believe that Monday till next week, till, we get the Fed meeting, the markets are going to be doing really well. And I think that, we got a lot of dovish sentiment from a lot of the Fed coming out and saying, hey, you know what, man? Maybe the rate cut is kind of justified. Maybe we do need the rate cut. Maybe the rate cut is kind of, and I think that this comes down to them seeing what's going on regarding the S&P 500, right? They're looking at the SPY and they're going, listen, man, listen, guys, listen. And this is what they're saying. They're saying, listen, if we don't do a rate cut, okay, the situation which we have with the SPY is only going to get worse, all right? It's only going to get worse. Can we really risk going into a recession due to the stock market? Because mind you, the economy can go into recession just because of the stock market. The stock market is a big piece of the puzzle that could lead an economy into a recession. Like, so many people think that, oh, well, the economy the stock market just tracks the economy. It doesn't really work like that, because the stock market is actually part of the economy. It's the biggest, I believe, wealth generator in the US. I think so. I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that, right? But it's one of the biggest. I know that for sure, right? So you got to realize that when the markets crash, that's not good for the economy at all. The economy's had enough. The Fed can go, hey, you know what, man? We're looking at the data. The economy's had enough. I don't think we need to actually cause a crash here, considering we also don't really have data. We don't have the October data to go ahead and say, hey, you know what? Oh yeah, we need to not cut rates. Let's just do this little rate cut. Let the markets breathe a little bit. Let them bounce. Then when new bullshit comes out and we see, oh my God, everything's going bad, everything sucks, da da da, and the markets sell off again, we get back to the same lows that we found before at 650, right? We don't break 650 and go down to freaking 630, right? 630 level on the SPY because the Fed is choosing not to cut rates. Instead, they choose to not cut rates. The markets rebound to something like, 670, 67, right? 670 or some shit like that. And then what we're gonna get is we're gonna get a, maybe new data comes out that indicates, okay, you know what, man, we need to stop cutting rates, whatever it may be, right? And then the markets move sideways or they go low. But guess what, man? Now they found a super strong bottom at 650. That's it, beautiful. Now 650 is the bottom of this bullshit that the markets are in right now, right? So that's kind of the way where the Fed is thinking right now. And at least, if you ask me, okay? I was here during the 2022-2023 bullshit of, oh my God, is Jerome Powell gonna cut rates? Is Jerome Powell not gonna cut rates? And this whole freaking headache of sideways movement and, sideways movement and everything like that. But, when you look at this data, right, when you look at what we got over here, right, which was pretty much like a year of freaking just sideways movement, you realize that it did pay off, man. It did pay off. And, today I sent a big voicemail. I sent a big voice note to our community members. And I told them, I said, listen, and I'm going to make a video on the markets anyways. And I told them, I said, listen, whether you stay here in the markets or you leave and you choose not to participate anymore, the markets are going to do what they're going to do. The markets are going to do what they always do, recover. Right? Recover. So the best thing you can do right now is start buying your favorite stocks, and then from there, go ahead and hold them out. And next year, you look back, you're like, wow, man, fuck, everything changed for me. God bless. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for convincing me to stay in the markets. Right? Now, if you've been watching my videos for a while now, you know that I've kept telling you guys, hey, the red is not behind us. The red is not behind us. The red is not behind us. In fact, just last week, when we saw NVIDIA's earnings, oh my God, or it was this week maybe, it was freaking like 2 days ago, right? NVIDIA's earnings came out, and everyone was like, oh my God, NVIDIA, oh my God, as if NVIDIA is the reason the markets are selling off. I mean, it was just silly, right? It was kind of silly to me. So I came out and said, hey, listen, the red is not behind us, right? This is a temporary relief rally, but the red is nowhere behind us. And clearly I was correct, right? Because the markets peaked at 650, 670, 675, and now they're sitting at 660 again, right? With the bottom at 650. So, right, clearly I was correct about anticipating this bigger dip. Now, the reality is, can we see more red in front of us? Absolutely, we can see more red behind of us. So don't go ahead and don't exhaust your whole purchasing power right now. I know it's so enticing to want to time the bottom of the markets. I understand, all right? But at the end of the day, my mentor many moons ago taught me this very, very expensive lesson, right? Very expensive lesson, very pricey lesson. He said, Sam, you're never going to get in the bottom. You're never going to get out of the top. Take what you can, be happy with it, and call it a day and walk home. That's it. Once I understood that, I stopped looking for the bottom and I just started looking for bargains. Okay? I stopped looking for shit that is on, freaking the clearance rack, and I started looking through more of it. Hey, you know what, man? The 50% sale doesn't look too bad. Let me take a look. The 35% sale doesn't look too bad. Let me look through this rack. Oh, look, I like this coat. This coat would look good with my... That's it, right? That's it. So when it comes to SOUX as well, right? The levels that I'm looking to buy, I obviously already have a big position in it, right? I already have a big position in it. But the levels that I'm looking to further add when it comes to SOUX would probably be when SoundHound gets down to this $9 level, give or take, right? Which would be about a 20% drop for SOUN, which would equate to a 40% drop for SOUX. So SOUX would be sitting at like $10, give or take, right? Something like that. $10, $11-ish, right? Something like that. So those are the next levels that I'm going to be adding. Now, again, I did already buy some, but I'm going to be buying more when it gets down to those levels. Because when you're holding a good company, all that's going to happen is that the cheaper it gets, the more you should be buying, right? And you got to understand, right? At the end of the day, right? Let me give you guys an example. So let's say this bottle of water, right? Let's say that every day, let's say that this is your favorite brand of bottle of water, right? You know the value of it. You've drank this bottle of water before. You love it. It's so yummy. You love it. Okay? Very good. Every day you buy it for £3. Look at me, guys. I'm British. I speak in pounds now. Okay? No. £3. Okay? Every day you buy it for £3. All right? Every day. You go to the store, you buy it for £3. Now, you've gone on vacation. You've gone on vacation, okay? You went somewhere. Where'd you go? You went to Paris. You went to Paris, okay? You're having fun in Paris for a month. You come back next month. You're walking the same route you always walk. The same bottle you always buy for £3 is now 1.5. It's $1.50 now. Are you going to say, oh, It's $1.50. No, I don't like it anymore. I don't like it anymore. Or are you gonna be like, oh shit, give me some. Great, amazing, yay. It's kind of like, I always say this. I say it reminds me. This is the example that I actually live by. It's the McDonald's coffee, right? If you guys don't know, I'm a big coffee fanatic. It's funny because a lot of people when they watch the channel, they think I'm on fucking Coke. All right, it's coffee, guys. Chill out. All right, chill the fuck out. Right. So I'm a big coffee fanatic, and I would always drive. I lived right by my studio back in Toronto. Was right by a McDonald's. So every day I would go drive through, get my coffee and go. And every now and then, McDonald's would have like promotions, which would be like, oh, $1 coffee. Fuck yeah. You know what, man? Fuck yeah. Yeah, give me a $1 coffee. Usually I pay like a $2, but okay, it's $1 now. Amazing. But I'm still getting the same damn coffee. So this is what I'm saying, where I'm saying the value is staying the same, the price is lower. So if anything, you should be more enticed to pick up more shares, because what we're talking about over here is fundamentals. Right now, the reason why I think that SOUN is a great company is because A, they're in a massively growing space, right? The space that they're in is growing every single day, right? And I think it's really one of those tickers that. So what does SoundHound do, right? SoundHound pretty much they deploy AI agents, okay? They deploy AI voice agents for different businesses, whether it's restaurants. They've had multiple contracts with Jeep. They worked with, they worked directly with NVIDIA. The CEO was actually mentored by Jensen Huang of NVIDIA himself personally before. So it's a absolutely legitimate company, right? Now, the reality is though, that you got to kind of look at it and understand, okay, well, can this company actually weather the storm? And one of the, you got to understand when the markets go south, right? And I love this video of Jeff Bezos. If I can find it, we'll do this. We'll say Jeff Bezos. Okay.
Just books.
Your stock at one point, I think, went to $100, but then it went down to $6 or something like that.
At the peak of the internet bubble, our stock peaked somewhere around $113.
Okay.
And then after the internet bubble, busted open, our stock went down to $6. It went from 113 to 6 in less than a year. My annual shareholder that year starts with a one-word sentence, and that one-word sentence is the word ouch.
So most of those internet companies of the dot-com era are out of business.
Yeah.
You survived. What was that made you to survive, and virtually the rest of them are gone?
That whole period is very interesting because the stock is not the company and the company is not the stock. And so as I watched the stock fall from 113 to 6, I was also watching all of our internal business metrics, number of customers, profit per unit, everything you can imagine, defects, etc. Every single thing about the business was getting better and fast. And so as the stock price was going the wrong way, everything inside the company was going the right way. And we didn't need to go back to the capital markets. We didn't need more money. The only reason, a financial bust like the internet bubble bursting makes it really hard to raise money. But, we already had the money we needed. So we just needed to continue to progress.
So listen to this, right? So what buddy Jeff mentioned is a really great point, right? The only reason that the market's really going, kaput, causes shakedowns is if the company needs to raise money, right? Then if you need to go to the capital markets and raise money, whether it's dilution or whatever, if the markets are not in a good condition and the industry that you're in is kind of frowned upon, you need to go ahead and sell shares at a massive discount in order to raise funds. So let's see whether or not SoundHound can actually weather the storm. Well, based off of their most recent SEC filings, SoundHound has $255 million in the bank. They are burning $25 million every single quarter, leaving them with 30 months of cash. So they have 2.5 years of cash left on hand, guys. They're okay. They're going to be okay financially. They're not going to need to dilute their investors in order to raise money. Right? So for me, I'm extremely bullish on this company, and to me, this is one of those stickers, man, that potentially has it's a direct competitor of a stock like Carvana or a stock like Palantir, right? Growth trajectory wise. And mind you, I've been doing this shit for a very long time, guys, right? Like if we go to we'll go to my channel, right, and then we'll go to oldest. We'll go videos. We'll go oldest. Right? If you take a look, right, like Palantir, I was begging people to buy Palantir like 3 years ago. If you watch this video, right, and I always refer to it because I'm proud of it. All right, it's pretty funny. So it says just buy Bitcoin, please. Okay, so if you've ever watched this video, or you've maybe seen of it, heard of it, or something like that, as I said, it says Bitcoin update, just buy $1 worth of Bitcoin, please. Okay? And what I did over here is I put on a shirt and I recreated exactly, I said Palantir update, just buy $50 worth of Palantir, please. Okay? And if you look, I kind of talk about, don't look at what I look like, because holy fuck, what was that about? I look like I wouldn't allow, I look like I shouldn't be allowed on any flights. That's what I look like. But yeah, you know, so it's interesting. I think it's really interesting, right? I think that what you're looking at over here, and you know what else is interesting is that I've been referring, I'm like a broken record, okay? When it comes to my content, I just repeat the same shit over and over again because, you know, I heard a great mentor of mine say this, that it was like, you know, a lot of times people don't need to, people know the right answer. They just need to hear it enough times until it registers with them. So if you actually look over it, 3 years ago, right, I played this video.
In price, right?
Right? When Palantir was at like $10 a share, right? I played this exact same clip that I played for you guys in the fucking video.
We didn't need to go back to the capital markets. We didn't need more money.
Right? So I think it's really funny, right? I think it's really funny that, you know, literally what I just played for you guys is literally applicable right here. Now, there's that. So for me, I think that SOUX has the potential to be, you know, trajectory-wise, it does have the potential of being the next Palantir, honestly, okay? Now, is that optimistic? Maybe, okay? But I think so, right? Now, there's that. Listen, I trade stocks almost every single day, okay? This is not the only stock that I'm buying, right? This is just a sneak peek of my portfolio, right? If you guys want to trade alongside me every single day, day trade, swing trade, option alerts, one-on-one access, have me go through your portfolio, go through everything, get one-on-one messaging access to me, everything like that around the clock. Check out our private community, guys. Our private community right now is on a 50% sale for the next 10 members that join, okay? Give it a shot. It's Black Friday. We got you guys covered, right? The link is in the comment section and description. Now, if you're still skeptical about joining, regardless of the 50% discount, you should be skeptical. Why? Because there's a lot of sketchy shit going on in this industry, right? But when we go over here, all right, let me show you guys some stuff. So, you know, my man says, Wilson says, hi, Sam, thank you for our work on the community. My 7 days trial finish was great. I thank you for membership this week. $7,000 in 7 days off of a free trial. 7-day free trial, he says. Well, we no longer do a 7-day free trial, my friends. Now we do a 2 weeks free trial and a 30 days money back guarantee. In fact, Jamie literally today, Friday, November 21st, says, I joined after getting burned in Moon Market Discord from a pump and dumps about 5 months ago. Easily best decision. Crazy. Easily best decision I ever made. Keep working hard. Sam, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. NM9696 says, solid morning following Bigger B's trades. Bang. Bigger B's another mentor alongside myself. Bigger B's fire call, blow, blessing folks in this Discord. Bang. QQQ. We played some QQ players. Yesterday, SGBX, we made a killing on SGBX. If you guys look over here, this is literally yesterday. Again, the hours are a little bit odd. The hours are a little bit off because I am located in London. So do keep that in mind if you're like comparing the hours of the market and everything like that. Lily Didn't Kill Yourself says, this community changed my life. The few $1,000s I made here this month did not. But getting out of my losing streak on what felt like a damn gambling habit did. Like Sam says, trade the best, leave the rest. And that's exactly what this community has been. Only quality trades. Thanks, supporters. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Lily. Your kind words mean the world to me. But yeah, man, we've been crushing it. This is, I believe, last Friday. Ong says, my boy, I've been here for a week. Y'all took care of me like we're cousins. Thank you so much for your patience on the private chat and helping me understand all this shit. That's $4,000 about 5 days. Give it a shot, okay? 2 weeks free trial, 30 days money back guarantee. In case you guys are interested, this is what our alerts look like. So we give you the ticker, we give it an entry, we give it an exit, we give it a stop loss. We also tell you how many shares to buy in your portfolio, okay? Which is really interesting. So this is what it looks like, right? So we tell you 10 shares in a 10K account. We use 10K accounts as a benchmark. So let's say you have a 50K account, you just go ahead and you buy 5 times this amount. Let's say you have a 100K account, you go out and you buy 10 times this amount, right? Let's say you have a 30K account, you buy 3 times this amount. Simple and easy. But yeah, you know, there's a reason, man. We have over 400 members coming back month after month. God bless. I'm so proud of what I've built here, and I'm so thankful for all the people that have come together and helped me build this community. Because again, the community is a lot bigger than myself. It does give you access to multiple mentors with more Wall Street freaking Wall Street experience than I've been alive. So give it a shot. It's worth it. Thank you for watching. Have fun trading. Your boy Sam for Prop Academy.